Aloha, and welcome to your next episode of the Goddess Corner. We are so happy to have you here today so that you
Mhm.
can get in that groove of what it feels like to be a natural woman.
Woman,
I did not hit those notes. I didn't even think of the song. I was just like,
you
I guess I am
make me
natural. All
feel. It's like you make me feel. You make me feel like a
like a
natural
natural woman.
woman. I want to be a natural woman after I have a little bit of spackle. Then
Look, I'm naturally here with the natural pieces, and that's all that matters. Even if I bought them, okay.
But
Oh,
and
Kurt.
that's right. They're mine. I paid for them.
I'm like, how can I get a half weave? Because they're so fun.
Yeah, they have half waves. They do
Okay,
have half waves.
we're
We're getting off topic,
how to
but we
accept
want it.
threads when I want a half weave. Um, I'm just kidding. Just get the thread hat. Okay, so I was just talking to beautiful Jupiter 1111 about this meditation that I am posting on my website about. I call it the Great Reimagining, and it's creating the space within the self to allow you to step into the energy and the vibration that you wish to manifest. And part of that um, brought up this whole idea of not accepting the self the way we are. A lot of us have gotten into the cycle of obeying society and what they have been telling us are the beauty rules, or even within the culture, what's the culture rules. I mean, even within the black community, we have the whole lighter than a paper bag thing. Like, I'm sure you guys might have heard of that, but there's even discomfort and discrediting of the personhood just through the body. And for some reason, we think it's a problem to have confidence. We think it's a problem to actually love ourselves. And so we're here to recorrect that today. We're here to help set the record straight. Our bodies are beautiful, even if you've got three people's worth of bodies in one body. They're so beautiful. Your body is a wonderland, and there are explorers ready.
And that's the thing. I've had, 3 children. For those of you who are new, I have a 19-year-old, almost 17-year-old, and 11-year-old. And I have some what we call stretch marks. And then I heard somebody call them tiger marks one day, and I was like, oh, that's what they are, tiger marks. I like that. This body gave birth to three amazing humans, and yes, my body went through changes because of it. Um, and now really I love Cat Williams, and the funny skits coming in my head, and he said, you have two reasons why you have stretch marks. You were fat and now you're thin, or you were thin and now you're fat. Either way we're gonna
Love
he's
that.
like,
A real man doesn't have a
because
problem.
a real man, basically, that what he called the BNs. He's just like, well, stop attracting them, because the real man is like, either way we're gonna, like, they don't care about our tiger marks. We care about them,
And even
but
if
real
you're like
real
a
men
lesbian,
don't.
right? If you're
Yeah,
love is love, right?
love is love.
Accepting yourself, accepting who you are. I
Accepting.
I get into the practice of like putting lotion on or doing something very simple. Like sometimes I'll do liner. My friend taught me about filling in the brow. I didn't know that was a thing, and I was like, they do look amazing. Hello. One of these days we'll do makeup together, but that's not today. Okay, so it's just like I'm just so beautiful. I love myself today. I love myself today. I love myself. Right. I'm safe and protected. It's okay to be me. Like just simple phrases or affirmations to put into my body, to take the time to put the care into my body. Our bodies are anywhere, depending on how dehydrated we are, they're anywhere from what 65 to 85, 90% water, depending on your state. And the messages in water, we often talk about how we water is affected. The experiment with Dr. Iwamoto
Immortal.
was,
Hmm.
yeah, the experiment was they put the negative words on the water, they froze it, crazy shattered crystal formations. They put great waters, beautiful formations. They did the difference between um, like even what was it? I'm going off into a tangent, but it goes like even the food, like the
The
McDonald's
rice.
food. Yeah,
Yeah.
what you're putting in your body, including the words and thoughts, determine the outcome, determine
Yeah.
your health. And so, if you spend a lot of years having negative stuff pushed at you via your parents, via whatever partnerships that you've been in that have been unbalanced or unhealthy, this is the time to reclaim you. This is the time to
Yes.
reclaim that self love, that attention and attraction and enjoyment of the physical body.
Yeah.
One of the things that that occurred to me one day, I was laughing because Missy Elliott has a song and she says "jiggle that fat," and then I was like, "Hey, I guess the only way to get rid of fat is to jiggle it. So why not enjoy the jiggle in your body? Because you're shaking you're shaking your aliveness, and
Yeah.
you're also like toning and getting that aliveness in all the right places that you want it to be at the same time."
Yeah, it's something. Two things came, two memories came up. One, remembering that there's a verse in the good book that says it's not what you put in your mouth that defiles you. It's what comes out of it, right? So it's like always coming back to what are you saying? What are you speaking into existence? And that's what the Emoto experiment showed us, right? It's like creating those words, putting it against water, and then watching how the water responded, and we respond to that. We understand. We might say that words don't matter, but there are people, and we know them, and we still have some of that in the side of us, that people told us things when we were younger, when we were young. We were young, and we were impressionable, and we were just believing everything, and they said something that hurt us so bad that we're still unwrapping that and having to discover that lie. And I talked about this on my channel one time, and we're talking about divine unisouls. My dad used to always go like this to me and go, "Pero que nariz," which means like, "What a nose." So for a long period of time, I thought my nose. I actually looked in the mirror and saw my body distorted, and that happens with anorexia, right? They see their body distorted. So because I saw my body distorted, I thought my nose was like, who has a nose from here to here? Like a platypus. I don't know. I would look in the mirror, and I hated to look at my face. I always thought my face was not proportionate. And then one day I was in my 30s and early 30s, and my dad said, he did that again. And then I just kind of threw his hand away, and I said, "Daddy, don't do that to me, me da complejo," which means like it's making me feel bad about myself. And then he just looked shocked, and he literally looked shocked and stepped back. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And he started petting my nose, and he said, He's like, "You have a beautiful nose. It's one of the most beautiful noses I've ever seen." He goes, "I love your nose." And then he turned his face. He's like, "Now me, I have a hunker." And I just looked at him and I said, "But I feel bad." And then he just like kind of kissed my nose, and he's like, "I'm sorry." He goes, he's like, "I love your nose." And I'm Puerto Rican, and our culture, we tend to tease each other. And he's like, "I never meant to hurt you." He's like, "Please forgive me. And I promise you, I would never tell you that. I would never say that again to you." It's been like 15 years. He's never said that again. But the moment he said something different about my body, because that was the first man I loved, right? My daddy. And if my daddy says my nose is distorted, I'm going to believe him. But the moment he said, "No, your nose is not that. Forgive me." And then I looked, literally, the next time I looked in the mirror, I saw my nose for what it was. I went through decades of seeing myself distorted over words that someone I love said, that he was saying in jest, that he was just doing it because that's the way our culture is. But I believed every word my daddy says. So I believed my face was distorted. And we were talking earlier too about, how to respond to your body um, when your body's not doing what you want it to do. My body I'm still waiting for it to catch up to the divine truth that I am healed and that I don't need medicine anymore. That is a divine truth, and that's what I'm holding on to. And the last few days, it just went wonky on me again. And when it goes wonky, it literally knocks me out. Like, one moment I'm here, it's almost like I have narcolepsy, gone. And then I can't get up. I'm like down for the count. I'll have energy for a few minutes, and then down. So I'm just like, that's the divine truth. So what do we do in that time? We have to remember that we are also water, to speak kind to ourselves, to say this too is going to pass. This is not going to stay forever. I know what the divine truth is, and my body is catching up. I bless my body to be healthy.
Yes.
I
Yes.
bless my body to be healed. I
Woo.
I am that. I am a fit, tone, healthy size, whatever you want to be. That's how I lost weight the first time anyway. And so size 8. And I'm like, that's what I am. That's a divine truth. And I've been saying that for a long time. And then sometimes when I get frustrated, one of the things that I've said before is, I would say plain, but I've been saying it for such a long time. It's like, I am that. I am blessed. I look half my age, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, I'm going to be 46 next month. And people are just like, okay, I can't believe you're going to be 46. But I've
Yeah.
been saying that for a long time. My body is listening to me. So when I get frustrated, I go back. God reminds me. He's like, you've been saying that about your face. What does everybody else say? You don't look your age. And that's true. So what have you been saying that works, that have you seen manifest in your life regarding your body that's good? Have
Yes.
those stories ready, because those are going to be the things that nourish you back in those
And
moments where you're feeling kind of crappy about yourself. Because it's not true. What you're saying about yourself is not true.
in the last episode, and I'll remind, uh, similar to what she's saying, we also get to watch what we're saying in front of our children. They pick that up too. How we talk to ourselves, our child will talk to themselves like that. And on top of that, all the subconscious behaviors that we have, where we look down at ourselves, where we joke, sarcastically. Kids don't really get sarcasm, right? They think what you're saying is true. And just as she thought, there was something wrong with her because of the father, the same way, you know, you might think there's something wrong with you because your mother had that idea or belief about herself. I mean, there's a difference from when we're younger to when we're older, right? Let's say you're young, you're fit, you look great, and you feel great, but your mother is overweight and she's constantly talking how bad it is that she's overweight. If they were to gain weight, they're going to now have issues with, I can't gain weight because that will make me also bad, right? So, how we talk about ourselves to ourselves, we model to everyone around us. Even the little kids across the street or people you may think aren't watching you are learning from you. And so, as you start to step into the self love, allow it to be. It's okay to be confident. For some reason we got this idea on our head that, oh, we don't need to tell them they look good because that'll get to their head, or we don't need to tell them that they smell great or something because that's just gonna make them all whatever. And it's like, make them confident, make them feel good about themselves, make them confirm that they took care of themselves. It's okay to honor yourself. It's okay to honor your body. It's okay to have confidence. And it's okay to have confidence in the skin you're in and not be like XYZ from the magazines or looking like so and so. So remember, you are the love that you need, deserve, and know you can have. And once you open that space up for you, you allow for even more abundance and love to come at you. So, the next time you see a reflection of yourself, I want you to go ahead and say yes. What was it?
Mm-hmm.
I look half my age. What is
Mm-hmm.
it?
That I say I am that. I look half my age. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's my story. Hello. Have you seen
Sticking
me?
to it.
I'm ageless. Okay.
I'm ageless. Yep. It's working. It's working for me. And if you saw one of the last episodes that we did, I think it was episode 2, of the stuff I use, very, very simple things. This is not genetics. It's me speaking to my body, saying, hey, good looking. You look half your age. That's my story. Because when I'm 80, if I look like I'm 40, I would be like, I told you.
She is
Sorry.
taking care of herself too, folks. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. We love you very much. And until the next episode, which will be very, very soon. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye now.
Aloha. Stay blessed. Stay golden.